Hi guys, welcome back. It's Chrissy the Crystal Indigo, and I am here with a collective update for twin flames, light workers, star seeds, earth angels, mystics, shamans, however you resonate under the spiritual umbrella. All right, even if I left out indigos, whether you're rainbow, whether you're crystal, whether you're the first original indigos or have that essence, this video is for you, so tune in. We're coming out of Lionsgate. There's some very important information as we continue on to our journeys, okay? For all of you who subscribe to the channel, my new subscribers, I'm sending you lots of love and light. To those who've been following me on my journey thus far, sending you lots of hugs and kisses. Now, to all of my clients, new clients who book sessions, whether Akashic Records readings or energy healing, thank you to all of my new clients who've ordered crystal packs, herbal teas. I'll be posting testimonials later today, and I just want to send love and light to you guys, and I appreciate all of you guys for the courage you found within self to go forward on your journeys. Guys, we are lighting the world up bit by bit, person by person. It's all about people helping people. All right, so if you would like to subscribe to the channel, you can. If you would like to donate to the channel, you can. And if not, no biggie. Subscribing to the channel is the same form as an energy exchange donation. You can also follow me on Instagram at Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. That is also a form of energy exchange donation. Now, I do have a contest. I just posted a picture on my Instagram. So I want you to go over to my Instagram, read the status under the picture that I posted, and I want you to tell me how that resonates with you, and I will pick a winner from the comments. All right, so again, my Instagram is Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. Go over there and check it out. I do post a lot of info to my stories as well as my page. All right, and also for those of you who are in need of crystals, they've been charged, they've been saged, they've been, pumped up with the new moon essence. Check out my Etsy shop, Chrissy Crystal Indigo, or the website www.chrissythecrystalindigo.com. And if you need herbs or anything like that to help you with your spiritual journey, whether psychic gifts, whether astral projection, things like that, a lot of you guys have been ordering the herbal teas. Just check out the website, see what you need in regards to your spiritual growth, and you can order and it'll be on the way to you. All right, now let's dive in. So for the collective, we have the Knight of Swords coming out, right? So this is Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. All right, and so I love this tarot deck. It's called the Light Seers Tarot, and I love it because it gives you the light side and the shadow side. So I asked, Spirit, please help me tune into the Twin Flame Collective, regardless of what wave we're on, regardless if we're a star seed, light worker, or indigo, etc. But allow us some, concrete information on what is happening with our journey, our path, and what's to come moving forward, and not to interfere with free will, right? And so the Knight of Swords came out. And then for the Light Seer, it talks about haste, streamlined decision making, intelligence, wit, determination, saving the day, the pursuit of excellence, ambitious, being assertive, success. So I feel like for some of you guys who are close to union, this is your divine counterpart, getting the courage, coming to you and realizing, what this connection is. Now, for the Shadow Seer, it says unfocused and scattered energy, impatient, acting too quickly, the need for logical solution, feeling held back by frustrated circumstances, stalling, being hard-edged and emotionally unavailable, unpredictability. And so those are for the collective, that your divine masculine is still stuck in that, dark night of the soul energy. And this is so beautiful how this is coming, out for us to understand. And so again, for some of you guys who are close to union, this is what your divine counterpart, this is the energy of the divine counterpart. For those of you who still have a little ways to go on your journey, your divine counterpart is still in that Shadow Seer energy, right? And so all you can do in that case is to continue to love on yourself. And it's at 444 on the timer. Continue to love on yourself. Continue to focus on your goals. continue to put your work in your new business that you are opening, or that you have opened already. Like a lot of you guys have opened your new websites in regards to your life path and purpose, whether you know, Reiki, healing, you know, tarot, however you've opened up your business online, and it started during the pandemic, right? And so this is beautiful for you guys, all right? And so the next card we have out, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So look at this. Now, when you see the Seven of Pentacles, it talks about the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, but it also talks about like planting your seeds. So you see this and you see how it seems like he's really, you know, praying over this, or, you know, using his healing ability to really allow these pentacles to create some amazing abundance. And you see there's a lot of them under there. There's 7, right? And so 7 is very significant. 7 in angel number, 7 in numerology. Look that up. Okay. And so with the light seer, it talks about a pause, states of gratitude, reflection on your journey, waiting to harvest the fruits of your labor, a sign to keep going. And so, you know, a lot of you in the collective, whether divine femme, whether divine masculine, it's like you know the seeds that you've sowed, and you know that the outcome, you know, of your connection, not to say you know the outcome of your connection, because if you really did, you wouldn't be right here watching me right now. But in your heart, you know there's something bigger and greater out of all of this, right? So it's always, there's a method to the madness. And so, you know, waiting on your seeds to come to fruition, you've put out your manifestations, you put out your affirmations, and this is what the energy that you're in. Now, for those who are going through the dark night of the soul or their awakening, we have the shadow side, and it talks about giving up too early, impatience, losing faith, not following through, frustration with rewards. And so if you are in that shadow energy, you want to really shift your energy. I did post a video. It was a class with Vibe Queen called Raise Your Vibration. And anytime you need just a little dose of healing, go to that video, go towards the end of the video, and you really have to transmute your energy. And I show you guys how to do that. All right. So when you transmute your energy, remove all that energy that no longer serves you or grow you, you can focus a lot easier. Next, we have the Knight of Wands. Okay, Knight of Wands. All right, let's dive into that. All right, so this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy. And so with the light seer side of things, it talks about charisma, passion, spontaneity, pursuing your dreams, fast energy, enthusiasm, courage, taking inspired action, the pursuit of adventure. And so for those of you who are coming into, you know, union, or for those of you divine feminine who really have stepped into your power, this is the energy that you are feeling. It's like, regardless if your divine counterpart is there or not, you know you have a soul mission to move forward towards, and this is the energy that you are in. For those that are going through their awakening or the dark night of the soul, we have the shadow side, which talks about unfocused energy, self-sabotage with fiery emotions, recklessness, the need for more self-awareness, being cocky. And so you may find your divine counterparts in that energy, but as they see that you are no longer focused on them, that you're really focused on your glow up and your life path and purpose, that space in their heart, they're going to start to miss you. They're going to start to miss your energy because you won't be in their energy field, right? So you're just really focused on yourself. And when you do that, when you pull away, that's when they come forward. And I know a lot of us in the collective, we're tired of that pull, push and pull, push and pull. But at the end of the day, you have to be in your power and you have to stay in your power, because this has to allow the divine masculine to really see that, you know, nothing in life is guaranteed, regardless if we, you know, believe this is a spiritual connection or not, that this is sent from the divine God, source, spirit. You know, everyone has their breaking point. Everyone has that time when they say enough is enough. And so it's like, you know, either shit on the pot or get off of it. Like, excuse my French, but that's the energy of the divine feminine right now. Is like, like I've tried to show you the way. I've tried to help you with your gifts. I've tried to help you understand what this connection is, and there's only so much I can do. So I surrender it all to the divine, and what's meant to be will be. But I need to focus on myself, because the more I try to support and heal you, I end up getting cut with your pieces because you are so broken, right? And you guys let me know how this resonates with you. So for the overall energy, we have the Four of Pentacles. Now, normally in the Rider-Waite deck, it talks about, holding on to your finances too tightly. But in the Light Seers deck, there's that light side, right? So for those of you who are close to union, or for the divine feminines that are in your power, or divine masculines that are in your power, it talks about stability, saving, success, generosity, accepting your worth, being in flow with the universe, feeling of gratitude, helping others in times of need. And so when we get to the shadow seer side, we're still dealing with that dark night of the soul, or those who are not fully awakened, right? So it talks about hoarding, coveting, lack mentality, placing too much value on money, a need to be more charitable, right? So with the divine masculines that's still working through their shadow side, they still have an issue with giving. They only like to take. And they're going to start to realize that it has to be equal reciprocity. It has to be an equal balance, because that's the flow of the universe, right? And so as divine feminines, we're always just making sure our divine masculine's okay, giving as much as we can, but we tend to forget about ourselves. And as long as we're in their energy, and it's because it's beautiful energy when you guys are together, when you're hanging out, when you're in good terms and things like that. But again, here comes that energy where the universe is reminding you, divine feminine, that you shouldn't just give, and not be able to accept from your divine masculine. And if your divine masculine has an issue with being able to reciprocate and give to you as well, and we're not talking about just material things, we're talking about, time, effort, compassion, unconditional love. We have those connections within our divine masculine and divine feminine, where we know our divine counterpart isn't ready. That's totally fine. There's a difference between being not ready and just being totally taken advantage of, right? So that was beautiful. And then these cards really caught my attention. We have the Sun card. So just reminding us that divine spirit source God is really supporting our journeys right now. And then we have the Seven of Cups. And again, that seven energy, right? And so with the Seven of Cups, it's like, what do I do? What decision do I make? What choice do I make? This is the energy of both of the collective, because the divine feminine is really ready to take off like a rocket. And it's like, you know what? I may have to leave my divine masculine behind, but you're leaving them behind on the energy of love. And don't beat yourself up. A lot of you divine feminines have really, really, really tried hard. And again, you can't continue to get cut with the broken pieces, because they are broken. And as you heal, as you continue on your journey, because some of your divine masculines really, really, tore you up. Got to be honest here. And, again, they'll be able to see what your essence was to them, how beautiful you are to them, how unconditional your love was to them. But some of them, quite a few of them, will come to this realization because of your absence, okay? So the cards that wanted to show themselves. When I pulled out the deck, I saw the Ten of Cups. And I just smiled. It was right there on the bottom of the deck. And I haven't used this deck in a while. Okay. So that talks about, completion and, the happy family, abundance, like everything. Some of you guys are rainbow warriors. This is so beautiful, right? Then we have death and rebirth. And this is number 13. 1 and 3 is 4. And so death and rebirth, it's like we all are going through our transformation. We're being pulled apart to be brought back together in the right way. Individually, we're ascending, we're rising, we're really shedding everything that isn't meant for our journey. And that is totally fine. All right. The next card, we have the Nine of Cups. And it's that self-love energy. Like, look how this woman is just really like, you know what? I am free. And with the Nine of Cups, it's like, the wheels are reversed. Now some of you guys are going to have your divine counterpart at your beck and call, checking on you, trying to see if you're okay. Because, excuse my French, now that they've been allowed to sit in their shit and they've realized that you've moved on, they're starting to see everything that you've been telling them all along. And you guys let me know how that resonates. For the next card that wanted to show themselves is Nine of Pentacles. And this talks about endings. Again, if you were worried about finances, abundance, or anything like that, Spirit is saying, like, your time is coming. Focus on your life path and purpose. what you're meant to do in this world in regards to your calling is tied to your abundance. Put your, website together, start putting your work out there, and watch it take off. Spirit is calling for you to show up to yourself, okay? And the next card, we have the Seven of Swords. So now we have 777. So look up angel number 777. And so with the Seven of Swords, it always talks about someone being malicious or, trying to be sneaky or, but divine spirit, source, God is definitely going to, take care of you. So regardless of what someone else does, regardless of how much you've given, and if you felt like, after this journey or after, you've come to the present that you were being taken advantage of, trust that energy is going to be reversed, right? Because you still see the moon is there and it's highlighting a lot. And so with the Seven of Swords, with the light side, it talks about deception or betrayal, taking only what's needed, the universe bearing witness to true intentions, getting away with something, being strategic, being grateful for the resources you have, moving silent and quickly. With the shadow seer side, we have lying to yourself or to others, a need for perspective and honesty, secrets, something stolen, taking more than your fair share, being held back by imposter syndrome. All right. And so, again, step in your light, focus on you, and focus on your glow up, because you are being guided to where you're meant to be. All right. And if this is resonating with you guys, or this is your story, you can write in the comment sections, because it's all about, people helping people. All right. So we're going to dive into your favorite part, and that is the Mystic Moon Twin Flame Oracle deck. So for Divine Masculine, the first card out is Divine Masculine. So this is only clarifying that we are tuned into our Divine Masculines at this time. And for some in the collective, they understand that they are a Divine Masculine, not a soulmate, but a Divine Masculine, or something spiritually, like this is a special connection. All right. And so the next card, the energy around the Divine Masculine, is commitment. So regardless of what you're seeing in the 3D, in the 5D, this is where your Divine Masculine is. And so I can attest that in the 5D, I would much rather hang out with my Divine Masculine versus the 3D, because in the 5D, I get the communication, I get the clarity, I get to see what my Divine Masculine soul really feels, or how, their heart really feels, right? The next card out is family. And so they want that solid foundation. They want a family with you, or you guys can have a conjoined family where you have, kids with someone else, they have kids with someone else, but they want a solid foundation. This is what they really want at a soul level. So a lot of the Divine Masculines, again, we're tuned into, the divine counterparts that are in separation. So there's that nostalgia energy, thinking about what was lost, thinking about how they treated you, thinking about how they could have been better, right? How they could have treated you better, right? And so we're going to dive into Divine Feminine. First card out is Guide. And so again, for the Divine Feminine, he or she is really on their journey. They're really focused on their life path and purpose. The Divine Feminine always get the light codes downloads first. For those who are really, awakened, had several awakenings already. And remember, you are the leader. So Divine Feminine is really focused on where he or she is being led, where they're being guided. And they're, tuning in through meditation and getting information. Now, when you meditate, make sure the minute you're done, write all of that information down, because as you just go on and get on with your day, when spirit is communicating to you, that information doesn't stick unless it's something very, very, like an aha moment. All right. And so this is what Divine Feminine's energy is in right now. I'm just focused on divine. I'm just focused on where I'm being called to lead, what I'm being called to do. I can't focus on what was lost or what didn't work out. Right. Third party. And so Divine Feminine knows there's a lot of interruptions in regards to the Divine Masculine, with others getting in the way. And it doesn't have to be people. It could be a job. It could be their kids. It could be, whatever that's going to disrupt the connection of the Divine Masculine or the Divine Feminine. That's what a third party is. It doesn't always have to be a karmic or something like that. Third party means that their energy and attention is being drawn somewhere else. right? So if your divine masculine works a lot, that could be a third party interference, because it's like, hey, I know you have to put food on the table, you have bills to pay, but can we meet halfway? So there's a lot of things that's interfering within your connection right now. Divine Feminine's next card is recognition. So Divine Feminine knows that this is, his or her divine counterpart, Divine Masculine. But he or she is also recognizing what they are called to do. Like, yeah, I know this is a great love. I know this is a divine love. I know this is like fated. This is specially, put together by Spirit Source, Divine God. This is written in my soul contract, right? So that's why Akashic record sessions are very important. Also, past life regression sessions. I put that information out there for you guys to help you along your journey, because I had to do the same things. And if I would have known a lot sooner, then I would have been able to handle my connection a lot better, right? And so I was going through, doing my Akashic records and my past life regression as I was, on the beginning parts of my journey. So looking back now, I'm like, wow, what I would have done things differently. But again, this is exactly how it was supposed to play out, because it's written, right? We have free will, but in some of our contracts, we signed up for divine to intervene when things got a little rough, right? And so, again, I do offer past life regression. I do offer Akashic record sessions. I have testimonials from my clients. Check it out, especially if you really want to understand your connection, because you have to understand what happened with you guys in your past life in order to clear it from this life, or work, better with each other. So, for example, I'll put my little business out there. With my divine counterpart, I've been in many lives with my divine counterpart. Past life in Egypt, past life in Atlantis. In one of my past lives, I was my divine counterpart's teacher. And to see that in vision, or to go to get your Akashic records, and they have one part of a vision, and then you have the other part that matches up to finish the story, it's beautiful. And so the karma between myself and my divine masculine is basically my divine masculine never could open up, never could, have that heart, like let me into that heart. And so my past life, karma dealt with me neglecting love and really not appreciating it. And now I see in this life, I was wondering, like, why do I feel like I always need to be loved, like, or was in those situations where I was always neglected of that, whether it be from a parent, family member, or whatever. And I just used to sit there and be like, am I not lovable? I didn't understand that until I got my Akashic records and past life regression. And so this is very beautiful, right? The divine feminine is also going through shadow work, because as of recently, maybe like 2 to 3 weeks prior, it was a lot of triggers that came up for the divine feminine, especially when, July 22nd hit, that Cancer energy. We were lost in the sauce. I mean, I was in here upside down like a vampire. The energies were so heavy and so draining. And so you are working through your shadow work and working through your fears, and knowing that, if my divine masculine chooses to turn away, turn their back, I'm still going to be okay. I don't have to be codependent upon my divine masculine. And we'll get it straight. It's not about being codependent, like you need them financially or you need them to be around you every day. It's about actually the reciprocal energy of, hey, I support you. I'm there for you. I just want to feel the same, right? And if a person isn't giving you what you require or deserve, then it's time for you to change directions. You don't have to stop loving a person, but change directions. Focus on you, okay? The next card for Divine Feminine is Fresh Start. And so this is what Divine Feminine is focused on. Some of the Divine Feminines, and I know it may trigger a lot of you guys, please don't get in my comments and start being disrespectful, but I have to speak truth. A lot of the Divine Feminines are like, listen, my Divine Masculine, this has just been too much. And they've asked Spirit Source Divine, allow me to just move on, focus on me, and, I'd rather be with someone that can reciprocate the same energy, the same love that I have. And I know this journey is for a divine purpose and mission, when my divine counterpart is ready, then a situation will unfold where we meet again. And some of you guys have to do that in order to, not to punish the divine masculine, but honestly, this connection have driven some of you guys to the point where you're just like, what, excuse my French, the fuck was this? Right? And so you guys got to, you know, get in your inner strength and say, like, you know what, I can't have my mental only tied to this is the person that I'm supposed to be with for the rest of my life. Because this person, for some of you guys in the collective, it's not meant for a romantic relationship. It's not meant for marriage. It's like specifically meant for you guys to be business partners in regards to your life path and purpose and raising the vibration of the world. Spiritual work. For others, yes, it's about the mission, it's about union, it's about, you know, the family life, because you guys all have different contracts, okay? So we're going to dive into the overall energy, tribe. So for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, you are really calling in your soul tribe together at this time. That is what you're focused on. Those who are in alignment with your vibe. Because those are the individuals that you really connect with. And during this whole change from January up until now, a lot of you guys have completely different social groups, right? Or people you hang out with. So that's what we're really pushing to. And under that, we have return. Under that, we have signs. And for a lot of you, like whether divine masculine or divine feminine, you guys really look at each other and feel like you're each other's muse. And you're focused on your big dreams. Now, for the cards that wanted to show themselves, we have unawakened. For some of the divine masculines, not many, they're still in that unawakened energy. We have communication, light codes, downloads, and some of you may be getting communication from your divine counterpart. We also have twin flame. When I saw this card pop out, I just smiled and I was like, yep, we're channeling for the twin flames that are in separation, right? You notice not a karmic partner didn't come out, or what's the other one? It's another one, but the karmic partner card didn't come out. And I'll see what the other ones are. We have deception, that deceptive energy. Like some of you guys who are getting close to your divine counterpart still have that energy where you feel, can I trust? Can I open up all the way? Will you run again? Right? Then we have release. A lot of you guys are letting go and letting God. What's meant will be. We have inner child. So we have that energy well where some of us in the collective are still working on our inner child issues. And then we have winter. So for some of you in the collective, there will be communication, union coming up December 21st. That starts winter up until March 21st, right? And where spring starts to kick in. So winter is very significant for the collective, okay? So like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comment sections. So when I ask for messages for the collective, I always ask for messages from divine masculine to divine feminine, because, you know, we don't have a communication problem. We know how to communicate. And so let's dive into it. So the first message from divine masculine is, being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. And that's for some who just was like, you know what, I need to focus on my life path and purpose without my divine counterpart at this time. The next card is, I kept a facade to the world, but you always saw past that into my soul. Sometimes your divine masculine is like, man, how did my divine feminine like know this information? Like, what is going on? For those of you who are really like spiritually gifted, your divine masculine is like, try to be sneaky, try to do stuff. And sometimes they're in their room and they're just scratching their head like, how, right? The next card, being apart has been more difficult than I can accept. Like, you see this energy, right? Your cards are your cards. And these are all messages from divine masculine. They won't tell you this in the 3D, some of them, but we know divine feminines in their soul. We've seen what they soul really feels. And the overall energy, I hid my true self from you because you challenged me to expand. And that's why they run, because you bring up so much that they need to heal from. And until they can look in the mirror and face their accountability, like, you weren't the only person that the divine masculine has hurt. There's been many more. And they have to really grow up and accept the accountability the same way they hold others accountable for the things that they do, right? So those are the messages. So we're going to dive into the Moonology spread. Okay. So for Divine Masculine, wow, North Node, step out of your comfort zone. So for your Divine Masculine, they need to look and see what sign is in their North Node and really, you know, dig deep into that information because it deals with the past life karma. And so that's the karma that, you know, they're working through this life to clear. All right. So you see it says step out of your comfort zone. For Divine Feminine, the energy is gaining momentum, waxing moon. So when you see this moon phase, I want you to think about what's happening in your reality. The energy is gaining momentum, okay? The overall energy, luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. So, you know, Sagittarius season, November 21st, 22nd. Let's look back at this and see what's happening or what has transpired within our connections, right? Luck is on your side. All right, so we're going to dive into Beyond Lemuria Oracle cards. All right, so for Divine Masculine, number 39, Ancient Future, our ancient future. 3 and 9 is what? 12. So you may have been seeing 12s a lot as you go out, maybe on license plates, maybe on the timer, seeing 1212. You let me know how that resonates for you. But I'll read this information for you, okay? And so it says, our ancient future, wisdom from the indigenous peoples, ancestors holding the key for the future. Ancient, remembering bloodlines, how the past affects the future, a time to step up. Timeless power symbols, activation for powerful shifts. All right, ready? Right now, the legends of the Lemurian civilization feel important as the wisdom from this ancient time is relevant. The fall of Lemuria alerts us to the possibility that humanity may face if we live without respect for the earth. An ancient remembering is emerging. Many of the seed crystals and the knowledge they are imbued with are becoming unearthed. All those who can see a better future are not just dreaming. Their hearts and minds are hearkening to the core of earth-based tradition to bring through knowledge that will help shift this paradigm into balance. It is said that the Lemurians who survived the fall traveled the planet and ended up in the places where inspiring indigenous knowledge far outweighs what Western minds have come to prioritize. The ancient Egyptians, Mayans, Incas, Tibetans, Moors, indigenous Australians, and Hopis are example. These ancient knowledge keepers of the earth and aethers have been holding the key for a new world. We are being called back to our roots to acknowledge the infinite wisdom available when we drop to our knees in humble receptivity. To move gracefully forward, we must first stand in our power for the places, ethics, and conservation of what matters most. When we heal ourselves, we often heal our ancestors also. And so that's what we've been going through. A huge healing, and our ancestors have been supporting us. And how many times in your visions or your meditation have you seen like your family? Like it was beautiful, like twice or 3 times. For the first time ever, like my daddy been dead since 2016. And I saw him during meditation and he held my hand and was like, letting me know everything will be okay. And I just literally cried my eyes out because it's like, I've been waiting to see you. I know I have spiritual gifts and he's never showed up. And it's not a coincidence that at this time, in this moment, he had to show up to let me know that I wasn't alone, right? And so I'll continue. As illuminated beings ready to make a change in the collective consciousness, we can sometimes take on what seems like more than our fair share of karma. We may be clearing some of the wounds from our ancestors. With this in mind, we can ease through the waves, allowing guidance and empowered perspective to lead us to the greatest good. Okay? And so it says divinatory meaning. This card is imbued with activation for a new paradigm. You are now being showered with blessings in preparation for a transformation. It may be turbulent at times, but you will grow and heal through the coming journey. Partake in activities that help you drop into a meditative state as often as possible. Use clearing tools to raise your vibration and don't get caught up on the destination. Focus on the journey and experience. You can navigate a situation you have no experience with by being truly present. Integrity and intuition will be your guide. This is for the Divine Masculine, and this is beautiful. So for Divine Feminine, 2 cards wanted to come out. The first card, number 2 talks about choices, root chakra. See that? Root chakra. And it says ground and center. So this is so important right now, especially what we're going through as a collective. Okay? Okay. So for Divine Feminine, root chakra, it says foundations, grounding, basic needs, survival, physical identity, responsibilities, the place where we build our lives, time, and nature. This image speaks of finding home within yourself, a sense of deep inner peace, and a strong sense of grounding and being centered. Here you can be released from the grips of survival into a place of thriving. There is trust, connection to community, and you can rely on others and joyfully understand your responsibilities in turn. You are held and have strong foundations for all aspects of life. With your guard down, you have the tools to ride the waves if you need. Everything is okay. Restore. Spend time in nature. Sit or stand barefoot in nature and feel your roots merging with the earth beneath you. Consider your founding beliefs. If they no longer serve you, it may be time to reconsider your priorities or the foundations you live your life by. Be aware of any reoccurring patterns that may be holding you back. Themes: home, foundation, physical basis, and responsibility. Healing position, base of the spine, growing. Color wash, red. All right, so you let me know how that resonates. While the next card is endless opportunities, number 23. 2 and 3 is 5. 5 talks about changes. All right, so let's dive into that. Whew, this is some good information, right? So it says decision making, choice, crossroads, unrealized opportunities, taking the path of least resistance, heart over mind, direction, focused energy, the high road or the low road. So it says decisions, options and opportunities. It's wonderful that we have the freedom to choose, but times of a decision can be so hard and almost suffocating. The more we use our minds to battle the pros and cons, the more we move out of our hearts. Often the best way forward is to step back and do what it takes to get out of your head and into your body so your gut feeling can guide the way. When making a choice, you may consider anything that doesn't feel like a total yes as a total no. Perhaps none of the apparent options are right, or any choice could be the right one. If you wholeheartedly pick a direction and give it your best shot, when faced with a decision, check where your integrity lies. Peel back the layers to see where you are making your choices from. Are you choosing from fear-based survival or a place of love? A choice founded in love can make you feel light, excited, passionate, and give you butterflies. It might be a little scary, but in a good way. It might not make sense to your mind. It may seem out of your comfort zone or undermine logic. The low road can look like the safest, easiest path. It may avoid or lessen immediate pain and confrontation, but it will be long, winding, and exhausting. The high road might look perturbing, but it will cut through old stories and lead directly to the heart for growth and transformation. When you choose to step forward boldly, it takes courage, but you will discover a place of trust rather than staying small, hiding or running away. You will expand and open yourself to growth. This is where magic happens and synchronicities you could never have imagined land in your lap. But first, you have to step into the unknown and let your heart guide you. What if everything you wanted was right there in front of you? Make the important decision to let go of outdated limitations. What could be the worst that happens? Reach for what you want and know it is closer than you realize. Divinatory meaning. You have options and opportunities you may not have realized. The universe wants to give you what you want. It's all there, so reach out and wholeheartedly choose it. While you sit on the fence, your experiences are diluted or confusing. We live in a time of choices. Sometimes reason and limitation direct our choices, and we feel unfulfilled as a result. Choose life from a place of heart, compassion, and integrity, and you can't go wrong, right? So if this isn't resonating, I don't know what else, right? So the next card we have is 54. 5 and 4 talks about 9. 9 talks about completion, right? It says, trust your innocence. And this is for us as a collective. So it says, truth, trusting yourself, being real with people, knowing the difference between intuition and paranoia, uncensored feelings, returning to innocence. It says, it can be harder to decipher between intuition and what our mind is telling us. Stories, projections, expectations, or fear can arise under the guise of intuition. To distinguish truthful inner guidance from paranoia, we must return to innocence, to our purest essence. Here we have access to the truth of our being. What were the first feelings or visions you had when you considered the question at hand? Before you second guess yourself, how does it feel in your body when you are brutally honest with yourself? Try to go beyond the layers of what you have been taught to believe about yourself. When some of the logic falls away, what answers remain? When you ask a young child a question, they don't censor their answers, they're honest. May not be considered polite or socialized. It may even seem a bit funny, but it's their truth, and it's interesting to note how intuitive children naturally are. To tell the difference between intuition and mind chatter, you need to recognize a clear instinctive yes and a distinctive no. For this, you must trust yourself. The foundation of self-trust is honesty. You must be completely honest with yourself about what feels good, true, and real to you, and what does not. Honesty is more than not lying to yourself. It is also about not withholding information. It is about having deep transparency within yourself. Some might describe their intuitive yes as a softening rather than a feeling of tightening, contracting, or avoidance. If we are to stay on our optimal path, trusting our original innocence, our instincts is key, Divinatory meaning. Learn to trust your inner sense or intuition. You are encouraged to be absolutely honest with yourself. Cast aside any mind stories and shoals that you tell yourself. In your heart of hearts, you know the answers. Dare to listen and to honor them. This card may also relate to being truthful with another person. Relationships can only deepen when we can be real with each other. Consider your timing and be considerate. But this is a time for truths. Wow. So I'm going to start using this deck more often because it gets to the nitty gritty, right? So let's dive into the work your light, right? So for divine masculine, we have mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So this is the energy of the divine masculine, mirror. Who or what is triggering you? And you guys may be mirroring each other. That does happen in the twin flame connection. The next card out for divine feminine is transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. And so if you've been feeling your heart pulsating, if you've been feeling energy around your buttocks, like the root chakra, your crown chakra lit up, like you are definitely going through a huge transformation. Remember, divine feminine, you are the leader, okay? The overall energy, get grounded. Wow, so it's coming out twice. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. So for the next week, I want you guys to get out into nature, go to the park, do something where your soul is refreshed, go into the water, so you can really get that spiritual cleanse that you need, okay? So this is very important for the collective. And right under that, leap. You go first and the universe will catch you. All right, guys, so this is your reading for August 23rd through the 29th. I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. If this resonated with you, please like, share, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to go over on Instagram and comment on the post that I just put up earlier. And I'm going to pick someone from the comment sections to give you a free reading, whether love, general, or career. Just because we really, the energy and the shifts, the changes, like we all just want to have that clarity, like that, some good news, right? We've been hearing so much lately that hasn't been so positive. But if you notice, we as light workers, we as starseeds, we as indigos, we as earth angels, and however we resonate under the spiritual umbrella, have not been financially affected by the pandemic at all. God, Spirit, Source, Divine has made a way. And I'm proud of a lot of you guys who've written me and talked to me about you opening your businesses. I had no clue coming into January from, you know, thinking about last year to this year, that January 7th, I would be sitting there getting my website together with my business partner and really laying the foundation for Chrissy the Crystal Indigo. I had like no clue. I was just like, I work in a pharmacy. I need to get, you know, supplies. I need to make sure people are okay. And this beautiful seed was just brewing, right? And so again, like, share, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys soon. I will try to get the sign collective readings up starting August 25th and have them done by August 30th. So again, love you guys a lot, and I'll talk to you soon. Love and light.